How are you learning to better manage and motivate teams?
Well, for me, that's one of the biggest challenges, as a younger partner and coming into a set of circumstances where, my position has changed within the organization. It doesn't just snap to it. It comes through very careful attention to detail. Mm-hmm. And I think being patient, being conscious of what is motivating others, and doing the best you can to try and facilitate a solution, if you will, if there's a problem, mm-hmm. or ensure that people's concerns are being heard. Mm-hmm. I think for me, it's one of the bigger challenges that I've encountered in moving from sort of an employee to an employer.
What steps do you think you need to take to get better at managing and motivating teams?
I think for me, it boils down to the idea of really listening to what is being communicated and avoiding a knee-jerk reaction, mm-hmm. avoiding sort of that emotional response that just doesn't necessarily serve the greater good. And it might be what I want to say, but it doesn't necessarily accomplish the bigger goal of advancing our business. Mm-hmm. And it's one of the things that I've learned from my partners is that they're very good at managing our employees, and they're not also being able to really see what oftentimes their visceral response to things is, but knowing that they're going to protect the business from that reaction and realize that maybe, hey, you know what, that's not the best course of action. Mm-hmm. That instead, let's be more patient. Mm-hmm. Is it really that big of a deal to, accommodate this particular request? Mm-hmm. And looking at the bigger picture, I think, is something that I'm endeavoring to do. Yeah. Really leaning on them to learn how to do that in better ways.
And how do they verbalize their support, or how do they show their support?
It's a lot of trial and error. It's a lot of learning as I go. It's certainly making themselves available and being good sounding boards as I go through the process.